Hey there you guys, it is me, RandomJosh, and I'm back again with another Face Mask Friday. And today, as you can see, we are ooky spooky kooky and a little bit crazy. So today this is our deep dark witch look. Looking sickeningly haunting. Super easy to do though. Oh my god. So if you want to see how I achieve this eerie but yet sexy look, then definitely stay tuned. I'll be showing you now. So as always, we are kicking this tutorial off with priming the skin. So I'm just starting here with my Revolution Pore Primer, just to essentially get a nice base down, get those pores away. We do not want to see them. I want flawless, quote quote, skin. And also going in with my Maybelline Anti-Redness Primer, just to essentially, again, get rid of some of that redness, because we are doing quite a pale look. So I wanted to kind of defeat it and get basically a fresh canvas to work with. So now just jumping in with my Fenty Beauty foundation, basically just working that through the skin, starting off with like dabbing motions just to try and really get that colour in there, get it to stay, and then working it through the skin just to try and create a bit more of a flawless base for this makeup. So obviously we are, as I mentioned before, trying to kind of go for a bit more of a paler look, and this foundation is obviously not that pale for me, but hey, we make it work. Trust and believe in the process, we will get it to that stage. So yeah, just making sure that it is nice and buffed out with our little buffing brush there, getting all of the areas, including the ears. Never forget those ears. I usually tend to, in all honesty, but I've been starting to get a little bit better at actually remembering to cover those ears, and just taking it ever so slightly down the jaw and a little bit on the neck as well, just to try and blend it all through so it all is nice and seamless. And going over the eyes as well, just to make sure that they're covered and ready for some lovely makeup, girl. And I did get it on my earrings there, so I was just trying to clear them off. That's the trouble with having earrings and doing makeup, you do tend to get it everywhere on them. So now jumping in with my Revolution translucent baking powder. So I did go a little bit ham, but you can obviously use as much as you kind of feel comfortable with. You probably do not need, well, you definitely do not need as much as I put on. I just kind of am very heavy-handed with this stuff and I live for it. So yeah, just kind of going on those high points first, just to try and get that kind of baking, highlighting stage to a degree through. And you can see that like absolutely changes the colouring of the skin there. So yeah, now we're actually doing something a bit different. I'm jumping in with my Beauty Bay EYN nude palette and using the shade Urban to contour my face. So this is obviously a grey colour. It is pretty much the lightest grey that they have in the palette. So I'm just trying to carefully use that to contour. Obviously it's a little bit of a weirder shade to try and contour with, but it's just because where we are going with such a pale look, I thought, you know what, we need to kind of use that and get some grey tones and grey scaling through the face as well. I didn't want to go too ham on it. I didn't want to completely grey out my face, but you can see the main focal point is just those cheekbones to try and put some emphasis on them. So yeah, just really working that through, making sure that it is blended to the golds, because we don't want no edges. We want clean beauty. So yeah, just making sure that it is nice and precise. I'm going probably over ham on this, to be completely honest with you, but hey, I like it to be visible and chiseled. I'm not really one for natural, as you can tell. But yeah, it almost kind of reminds me of like a chimney sweep kind of vibe, but hey, if that's what we're going for, that's what we're going for. I wanted it to be dark and mysterious, so that is what we're having. And of course contouring that nose, because why not? Is there? Let's contour it. And now I'm actually just going in with a slightly deeper shade, which is called Throw Shade, and just kind of deepening the inner pockets of the cheekbones there, just to again add a little bit more intensity there, trying to buff that through and blend it out with the other shade as well, so that it's not too crazy. But yeah, as there was some excess on the brush, I just kind of went into the forehead area. And now I did want to continue with a bit of blush, just to add a little bit of life to it, so it's not completely greyed out. So I went in with my Revolution Peach Bliss blush and just went over the cheeks and a little teeny weeny little bit on the nose, because I love that. So now we're into the eyeshadow portion. So I'm jumping in with the shade Illicit and just literally packing that over the eye. I want every little bit covered on there. So it's going to be a little bit of back and forward of just kind of dabbing it through, trying to get the shaping in, because I just wanted to kind of cover the main crease of my eye, as you can see there. So we're just kind of sketching it out there and then painting it in almost. So I wanted to keep that intensity there, so it does look very deep and, you know, you can see it, like, do you know what I mean? It's very mysterious, very deep. So I just used a flat brush for this, just to, one, help with, you know, making the precise lines through it, and also just so that, you know, you can pack the colour on using that as well. So yeah, just continually going backwards and forwards on both eyes so that they are somewhat symmetrical. Obviously they're not going to be completely perfect, but hey ho, this is not a perfectionist look. So yeah, now you can see I'm actually going in with just a clean blending brush, sorry, and just basically going to town on that eye. I wanted to spread the colour out as much as possible to try and kind of give it that almost deadly vibe. So it's going a little bit, you know, into the nose area and above the brow a tiny little bit. You don't need to go too ham. Again, I kind of just was a little bit went underneath the eye and I kind of liked it, so I just took with it and added it even further down the eye. Again, you don't need to do that. It was just because it happened and I thought, you know what, it looks kind of fun, so why not? So now going back in with that shade Illicit again on just a little thin detailing brush, and essentially what we're doing here is just creating the line work around the eyes. So I kind of started this off as like just singular lines as such, but then in a second, yeah, here we go, I started actually breaking bits off of those lines, so it almost is veiny like. Now I am just completely freehanding these. I'm trying to make them slightly different lengths, in size, in amount of, you know, pieces that come off of one another, so that it is still, you know, unique. So no two looks are going to look the same with this particular look, but you kind of just create it as you wish and just go to town. Now I do believe that outer one there is slightly darker because I did use a different brush on it and it took the colour a bit too well, but this detailer brush does allow you to kind of control the colour a little bit more, so it's, you know, not coming off as that intense black shade. It's kind of a little bit greyed out almost, so that you can completely build it as you wish and intensify where you need to. So yeah, I just wanted to try and go full ham. I thought, do you know what, it's a big look, we want to go big. So I was taking it all the way across the forehead essentially, so my entire face is near enough covered in these veiny little pieces. And I also obviously went through the nose area as well, because I wanted it to look like it's the entire eye area which is taking over. And I mean, I'm no scientist, I don't know where, you know, veins are meant to go, so I kind of just went with where I imagined them to be, and this is kind of what came of that as such. So don't worry if it doesn't look completely realistic, it's not meant to. It's just meant to kind of give the illusion of veins kind of drawing from the skin, from the eyes, and giving that real deathly look. There we go. Look at that. Absolutely stunning, if I must say so. So yeah, I wanted to kind of intensify those eyes again because they kind of did go a little bit blasé. So I'm just going in with my blending brush, sorry, I keep calling it a buffing brush, in the shade Illicit, and just kind of taking it underneath the eye as well there, and just intensifying those centerpieces, and also just taking it kind of in a sense where the veins were going, so that it did intensify a little bit more, make it a little bit more smoked out, and intensifying it ever so slightly, so it's not completely overkilling it, but it is just adding that little bit more depth around those areas. So yeah, just continually blending. I didn't take a lot on the brush there, I tried to take as little as possible so it wasn't, you know, completely going mad, and I was doing extremely light strokes there, barely touching the veins, so it doesn't really pick up a huge amount, but I wanted it still to kind of go with the look, you know. So now I'm doing the eyebrows, even though you can barely see them. I thought, do you know what, it's a step that I cannot miss, so I'm just using my Revolution Pro pomades in taupe and medium brown, just to add a bit more depth to the eyebrows, give them their shape and give them their colouring as well. So again, probably can get away with missing this step if you really want to. I just am a very weird person who likes to do them even when you can't see them. So, you know, once you see this on, you're gonna be like, why have you even done this? You can't see them. But I wanted to do them, okay? Do not judge me. So yeah, just making sure that they look nice, filled in, beautiful, and gorgeous, as always. So yeah, just using that spoolie as well, just to kind of blend the shades out and brush those eyebrows through. They are looking extra juicy. And now we're on to the lips. So this is my Rimmel lipstick in Blue Iris. This is such a nice blue shade. It is so deep, so intense. I mean, look at it. It is so nice. I've never had a shade like this either, because I feel like blue shades are so difficult. It's such an unconventional lip colour that you can't often find a good one. So this is actually a really good one. So if you do, again, all products are always in the description below, so if you like any of these products and want to buy them for yourself, they will be linked below. But yeah, just essentially going through and getting those lips that gorgeous shade. Very won over. I'm not intense with lipstick really. But then we're jumping in with our Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. I wasn't actually going to be using lashes today because I thought, you know what, it's a bit overkill, so I just mascaraed them up, got them prepped, and now I'm adding a little bit of gloss. So this is the Be Perfect lip gloss in the colour Ink. So this is from their Carnival Free palette with, Carnival Free collection with Stacey Marie. So yes. And now, of course, highlighting the skin with the shade Do You from that same collection. That collection is so stunning, by the way. So definitely check it out. It is amazing. So yeah, we just wanted to highlight over those areas. So I'm using a dabbing motion, so I'm not taking away the line work which we have just created. Alrighty there, you guys. So that is the tutorial. Really easy to achieve, you know, just a little bit of line work, go a bit crazy, blend crazily, who cares, we're a witch. Ooh. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope this was somewhat informative for you guys, a little bit fun, a little bit crazy. We love a little bit crazy. So yeah, I hope that you did enjoy that tutorial. Please let me know if you did. Really super easy though, like girl, oh, quick and fun. Super fun though. So yeah, definitely check out some of my future tutorials. They are coming soon to you, and check out all of my other work. But yeah, I will see each and every one of you guys in the next video. Peace out, witches.